The Sweep to Rails tool is a fun and powerful tool, and I'll do my best to introduce it here. So let's get into the tool. And you notice that it's prompting you for the first rail. So a rail is an open contour. So I have an open contour here, and then it's going to prompt me for the second rail. So these are my two rails. Rails really only have to be open contours. They don't have to be straight. They don't have to be flat. They just need to be open contours. So once I've done that, then it's going to ask me to identify sweep sections. Sweep sections are like cross sections, and again, they need to be open contours. So here's an open contour that I'm going to define for the beginning. You notice when I click on it, it puts a green line across the start point. And I'm going to click on it again, and that'll put a green line across the end. So because I don't have a relief selected, I'm going to choose the mesh option and define 48 slices, so that's the sections along the cross section, and 200 stacks, that's the sections along the extrusion. So once I have those defined, then I click OK, and it creates the extrusion like I would have imagined for the Sweep to Rails. Okay, so that's sort of the simplest application. Let's get rid of that and try something else. So I'm going to define the first rail again, the second rail, and now I'm going to define the first cross section. Now for the second cross section, I'm going to define this square contour. And we'll start to get a sense of the power of this tool. So here it transitioned from the round cross section to the square cross section over the length of the extrusion. So now you get an idea of all of the various things that you can do with this tool, and it's pretty amazing. So let's get rid of that. Let's do it one more time. First section, second rail. Now I'm going to define that as the first, that as the second, and this as the third. Now what it did is it moved my second cross section back, so it brings them back each time I identify a new cross section. So this is round, this is square, this is the triangle shaped. So there it transitioned between the three cross sections. So there really is no end to that type of transition. Let's look at something a little bit more varied. So in this case, I'm going to create a relief just to demonstrate how it applies it to a relief. And I'm going to get into tool with the relief selected. I'm going to get into the tool, select the first rail. So now my rail has been curved. Second rail has been curved. And I'll define this as my first section, this as my second section, and this as my third section. Now remember, the triangle shaped section is now in the middle, so I can actually click and drag on it and move it. And then when I click OK, because I have the relief selected, I'm going to modify the relief. So there you see that I transitioned from one smooth section to the pointed section back to the other smooth section and get a really nice result. So the Sweep to Rails is a way to modify reliefs. It's a way to create meshes. It's a way to be creative, and you can create some really amazing surfaces with just a couple of sections and a couple of rails. So that's the Sweep to Rails tool.